We can agree that prayer is the single most important factor for the citizens of our country in determining our next president. Yeah, prayer is for everything, obviously, here at EWTN. In your opinion, what do you think are other additional ways that we can influence the decision of our fellow Americans so that we make this right decision? Obviously, we can pray for the candidates. We can pray that our country makes the right decision. Are there other things we could do?
Yes, vote, and then try to take out the newly revised Bishop's Voters Guide of 2016 and just take a quick look at the rationale that the bishops are recommending there, for, what I was just talking about, basically, that hierarchy of values or hierarchy of evils in the moral order, because the bishops are certainly pointing the way to certain things being, more worthy of consideration than another. So, in other words, if we want to do as much as we can, prayer is, of course, important, first priority. The second thing is vote yourself, but be an informed voter. Take out that 2016 revised Bishop's Guide and try to understand it. Try to understand their rationale for why, for example, abortion is an intrinsic evil and why it has to be taken so seriously, and why allowing abortion on a grand scale so that it becomes equivalent to mass murder. I mean, if you believe that the killing of an innocent, right, an autonomous innocent, and you believe that a preborn human being, even at the single-celled embryo stage, is a human being, and you should, because it's a unique human being, which can only be a human being, has mitochondrial DNA, right? Which is only shared by human beings. It has a full human genome at that point. I mean, all the, as it were, software that's going to be needed for this living organism to become who and what he or she is already determined. So, of course, the bishops are saying, hey, this is important. We're talking about an issue of mass murder, and we're trying to cloak it in ambiguities and so forth and so on. So we have to look at what they're trying to say, take it very, very seriously, because they have presented us, at least implicitly, with a set of prioritizations, which we can talk about on this program, right. Later. But those priorities are important. And the third thing we can do to enter into the election is to share our Catholic perspective, right, with other people. And obviously, Catholics have been somewhat successful at sharing a coherent moral perspective about this hierarchy of evils and the intrinsic nature of intrinsic evil of an abortion or of euthanasia and so forth and so on. Because we see that some of the campaigns have already dissed Catholic voters because of their persuasiveness in this regard.